Okay, so today we're going to make mechanics hand soap. Okay, if you're working on a car, or you can actually use this for gardening as well, gardening or weeding or whatever. But mainly this, I concentrate on this is mechanics. Okay, but optional gardening or whatever when you're doing those dirty work. Okay, now I'm going to go through with the ingredients and the parts that you need or whatever, because this is a 5-gallon formula. Okay, and you're going to make it once maybe a year. Unless you're a mechanic, then you can just probably put this in your store. If you're a mechanic, put this in your store and you'll be able to get tons of usage out of it. But anyway, you will need a 5-gallon bucket. You will need borax, and you will need super washing soda. So I'm going to leave that aside. I'm going to push that aside. Those are our two main ingredients. Okay, now I'm going to talk about, actually I'm going to talk about main ingredients first, and then we'll talk about the 2 additional ones that we need. You're going to need 1 to 2 cups of sand. Okay, how do you get those? It's just regular play sand. Okay, and I use a shifter, a very fine shifter. Look at really close. That's a really fine shifter. Okay, and I shift that into fine grain. Okay, they're very fine, and they would act just like pumice, like the stuff that is in here. Okay, or the stuff that is in here. We'll talk about those in a minute. Okay, then you need a bar of Zote. Okay, the reason why we use Zote is because we want these 2 ingredients, sodium tallowate and sodium cocoate. Okay, they're very well known to put a lot of these fatty acids. See how it says right here? 66%. Okay, and of course lye. Okay, if you want to learn more about that, how they made these and why are we using sodium tallowate and sodium cocoate, I will link it up here, or I will link it at the end of the video. Okay, because I have a video on that. You can learn all about these. Okay, you just need a measuring cup, and you just need a thermometer if you have one. If you don't, no worries. You would need something to stir with. Okay, so let's put that aside. Now we're going to go with our special ingredients. Okay, you would need foaming bubble bath. The reason why we use foaming bubble bath is because we want this ingredients right here. Okay, it's called sodium lauryl sulfate. The reason why I chose my formula foaming bubble bath is because we want extra foamy, and they put so much in here that's what it does. That's why kids love bubble bath, because of the bubbles. It doesn't do anything, it's just the bubbles, and they love bubbles, and we want that in our formula. So you want one of these. Where did I get this one? It's from the dollar store. How much do you need from this formula? Just 8 ounces. It's 1 cup. It's going to be 1 cup form. Okay, so if they don't have this at the dollar store, if you don't have this at the dollar store, you can go to Walmart and get it, the Walmart brand, the bubble bath Walmart brand. They're like close to almost $2, but they're more, of course. There's like a big jug for like $2. So you can use that for other soaping as well too. They don't put that many stuff in here, trust me on that one, because it's for kids. So remember, get the one that's for kids and you'll be safe. You'll be okay. Well, most products are safe anyway, but because of that ingredients. But I'll tell you that in another time. Then you need conditioner. Okay, same thing. Go to dollar store for the $1, or Walmart sell it for 97 cents, which is 3 cents less. And you need 1 cup. 8 ounces. Okay? You can always put more in later. Get any type that you like. For instance, I have one here. Tropical coconut. If you like coconut, go for it. I happen to be gonna do this as apple green, so we can smell it apple green. Okay? So I just chose this, but choose whatever you want. You like coconut? Go for it. You want another type, which is this one. I found it at the dollar store, and it's a conditioner. Okay, it says repair hair. Why are we using it? It's for our hands only. This, you don't really need it. It's optional, but we want to protect our hand after washing. Okay, so we want these ingredients in here. Okay, now another thing, if you don't have those, fine. You still need this though, okay? Just remember, because we want suds. If you don't have those, fine. Get mineral oil. Okay? But mineral oil is really harsh. Not harsh, but they stick really bad because, you know, mineral oil. Cut down to 4 ounces only. Okay? Just use 4 ounces. So half a cup instead. But they do separate. That's the only thing I don't like about mineral oil. They do separate. Another thing. Glycerine. Now remember, we want to keep this to $5. $5, which means it's $1 per gallon. Yes, imagine. $1 a gallon. This is $1.88 at my Walmart. And it's 6 ounces. You can dump this whole thing in. And that's glycerine. Once again, it's for your hands. If you have castor oil, okay? Same thing. This actually costs more. But if you don't, if you like castor oil, you can put that in there. But remember again, we need to keep this at a minimum cost. That's why I said it's better to get hair conditioner. It's cheaper. Now, another way you can do is you can add orange oil in. If you don't have orange oil, you can use Glugon. But this is I find it a harsher chemical. Maybe 2 to 4 ounces most. I have tried it, I have tested. I don't like it, but if you don't have the other stuff, you can put this in. Now here's my favorite part. I have this in another video. Orange peel. When you eat your oranges, take the peel and leave them in a container like this. Okay? Throw in cleaning vinegar. Fill it up the jug like this. Throw it in a cup, 1 cup of vinegar in here. And then put them in the fridge for 4 weeks. Okay? 3 to 4 weeks. You will get a nice brine out of this. Because that's what we made. It's an orange brine. That will give you the extra cleaning as well. And best of all, free. Okay? So, other than that, that's it. I'm going to 64 ounces. Okay, this is the mechanic hand cleaner. Okay, or another brand called Gojo. It's even more expensive. This is $8. That's how much I got it for. $8. And guess how many in there? 64 ounces. Guess what? We're making 5 gallon worth for less than $5. 64 ounces. $8. That means you would make 10 of these. So it's $80 worth of it. This here alone is almost $2. Okay. Moisturizer and Pumice Sand is cheaper. Hair conditioner is cheaper. Foaming bubble bath is cheaper. Borax and washing soda is cheaper. And Zote, our main ingredients, it's right there. Other than that, those are just extra. This is just for foaming. This is for conditioning. So that's all we're going to use. But as the other stuff, I'm just showing you is optional. Okay? If you don't have it, don't worry about those. Just get these. You'll be fine. You just need foaming and you need conditioning. And it's cheaper that route. Like I said, even go to the dollar store. 32 ounce right here. This is $1. If you don't want to buy that for $1, try to get this one for $1. Conditioner. They always have something at the dollar store for really cheap. And this is actually really expensive. I think they go out of business and that's what they did. They just gave it to the dollar store to sell it to get rid of their stuff. Anyway, maybe that's what it is. It cost them less than $1 to make. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video and then we're going to the mixing part. Okay? Okay, so while my stuff is boiling over there, I'm actually going to give you a little extra tip on here. You need a grater. Okay? A cheese grater. If you don't have it, you can use a knife. That would work. And I'm going to show you the final product of my previous batch. I actually made those long ago. And I'm actually making a video for this one, so I'm making extra. And here's what they look like. There's 2 formulas that I did. One with orange oil. This is with orange oil. The free orange oil that I have, okay? That's what it looks like. This is the regular without orange oil. This is what it looks like. That's with orange oil and vinegar. This is without. Okay, that's what it looks like. And you can put them in a little jar, or you can even put them in a little pump. A jar with a pump. But the pump has to be big, okay? Just remember that because it's good because of the sand going through here. Or you can put them in a squeezy bottle like this right here. That would also work. I'll show you. All you have to do is peel this off and put your label on. It peeled off really nice. And put your own label on. And look, you can just squeeze it out. See that? So once you have them in the container like this over here, just scoop them out. Just like that. If you have a pump like this, this would also work. This is a big pump. These bottles would also work. Any pump that is big, it will work. Even these will work. Because they cost so less, you can just throw it in there and just squeeze it out. So don't ever throw those bottles out because they're very useful. Like for instance, I'm saving this for my another area right here. This is all empty. But look, I can use that as a squeezy. See? Easy to squeeze out. So these little squeezy bottles are very useful. Just remember that. Okay. Okay, so I got it to boiling. Sorry about the shaky of the tripod here because I have to move it a little bit. But if you look, okay, we need to go over 170 degree. Okay, in this case it's almost to 200, And if you do on a large pot like this, all you just stir around a little bit just to get the temperature correctly. Because if you have too much water in here, it won't boil correctly. It won't boil up. It takes a long time to boil, but I got it up to the temperature and I wanted to save some time. I have measured everything. Okay. The first thing we're gonna put in is actually super washing soda. Okay, always put that in first, because if there's any fizz or anything, because you know baking soda, when it hits water, it's gonna release the CO2. So if there's any fizz or anything, it'll go through first. So you always want your washing soda first. Okay, if you use baking soda, do the same thing. Baking soda is even worse. So always do that first. Now, I grate everything as you saw. Okay, to cut time, I just grate it all down. They also have them in flakes as well. Okay, so if you don't have them in flakes, if you can't find them in flakes, you have to go to bars and then just cut them all up like I did right here. But they also have in flakes as well. That to speed up your stuff a lot faster. Then we're gonna need something like this right here. It's a paint thing. If you don't have it, you can use a blender, but in my case I have it. I'm gonna use this to stir up, and we'll use that later. And you're gonna need a drill. Okay, I forgot to tell you that. That's just optional product though. You can stand there and stir this in like this, because remember our final product is sand, because we wanted to add that last when it's all solidified. You see it later. When it's all solidified, you would just stir. So you're gonna need something like, you know, something good to stir it around to mix everything, because you're gonna mix sand together. Okay. So I have everything's all set. I'm gonna move it to here, and I'm gonna put in my washing soda first. Okay. Mix it until it's dissolved. It's going to take a few minutes. Give this one a few minutes. Okay. If you have gas stove, it'll be faster. This is electric, because our house is all electric. There's no gas or anything. So I have to rely on this stove. But see, it's starting to clear up. See that? This is right now how much water's in here. This line right here is 1 gallon. So right now I have 1 gallon in here. A little bit over a gallon. Because I always think that, you know, when you're boiling things, you want it to be a little bit over a gallon, and then once it goes down, it'll get to a gallon. So this is over a little bit of gallon. So now we're all set with that. You saw how quick it was. But if baking soda, you have to wait a little while. Okay, remember that tip. Now I'm gonna put my soap in. And you have to wait until it's all melted, of course. And the finer you grate it, or the cut, the better it is, because then it'll be slower. The slower you have to wait in here, or the less you wait in here, whichever you want to say it. Okay, so I'm all set on that. I'm just gonna stand here and stir. Now it's already melting down already. Not melting, but remember, it's going to solidify into a paste, okay? Very important that do not let this cool down. You can do other things. I'm just stirring it to make things go faster for the video. It'll melt on its own. Okay. Once that is done, you want your borax, and you have to wait. The total time on this, when I did it last time, it's about 20 minutes. It's about 20 minutes, so it's about 5 minutes each. And then after that, I give an extra 5 minutes just to stay in the stove. That's what I did. So that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna measure all my stuff in the meantime, okay? So in the meantime, I'm gonna pause the video to save some time on the video here, okay? Because there's no need for you to stand here and watch me do this. Okay, so now everything's all set. You see how it's all nice and all melted right over here. Let me go close. See it? All the soap, it dissolves, so nothing left. I only got my borax and my conditioner left. Okay, those two are gonna be last. Okay, and the last one would be your sand. And then don't forget your 5. I have already filled up the water, hot water, up to about here already. Okay, because I want to speed up the process up first, and I just use regular tap water, but this is the extra hot water. So I'm going to mix that afterward off camera. You don't need to see that one. I'm just going to show you my last step here before I mix all the water together. Okay, borax, and like they said, borax is boric acid. Okay, you're gonna need about 5 minutes on this, and as you stir like that, you see that sample right here, very important, okay, that you want no heat whatsoever. Okay, because it does produce bubbles, as you can see, and if you go to a certain amount, just pull it out. Okay, just take a scoop or something like this. If it goes too much, just pull that out and leave it aside. Yes, it will work. And when it's too much, in case, okay, because that's why you have to have a bigger pot. That's a good lesson right there. Push it aside. Just push off the heat. It'll calm down on its own. Okay. See that? Oh, camera. You want it to wait for 5 minutes because you want everything to fuse together. Okay. I don't think I have this boiled down too much. Last time I got it down to here, so it went up to like right around here. That's it. This time it went just a little bit over. Okay. I want to pour my other ones in. The one that I scoop out. And look how liquefied it is. It's going to be really thick. You see. Okay, I'm just gonna put this over here and put my rest of my thing that I took out. And it's gonna be clear. Okay, now let this go up a little bit, mix it around a little bit, and it'll calm down. Don't worry. Because this boric acid acting with uh, baking powder or washing soda. Okay, now we got into like a milky thing. This is where you would add your conditioner. Okay. And my dad told me to put in coconut instead. Okay. And said he wants coconut instead. So I got the coconut here. And I want 8 ounces. To be honest, I don't really care how much it is in there. It's always good to have extra conditioner, right? Okay, now I'm just gonna let it go through. The heat will dissolve it on its own, okay? And that's why I said go the cheaper route. Use conditioner. Use hair conditioner. It'll be cheaper. But some people likes different things, so I'm gonna put all of the ingredients. One is gonna be this formula, and then the other one is optional. Okay, please remember that. I'm gonna put 2 formulas in there for you. And yes, you can put essential oil in here too, if you like. Any essential oil. I'll listed all the ingredients that the possible essential oil that you can put in as well. Whatever you like. To be honest, this is all done. Well, 1 more ingredients and then we're done. After that, it's all additional. Okay? Just remember that. But remember, we want 5 gallons for less than $5. Okay? That's what I want. I want cheap but effective. And see? Nice and white. Now I have my last ingredients, which is this, and I have half a bottle left, so it's about 10 ounce. And once you put this in, it'll get more suds, okay? So please remember, try not to stir too much. That's my last ingredient. And you want it to wait a little bit, okay? Because you want the heat to dissolve everything, to fuse more like it, to dissolve everything together. But we want, at the same time, we want it to fuse together so it doesn't separate. Yes, through time it will separate. Please remember that. And that's why you need a container that you can shake. That would be your best bet. But hey, what can you do for 5 gallons, right? Cheap. Cheap 5 gallons. I mean, come on. A cheap 5 gallon? Okay. Now, you see how nice it is? I wish it stayed this way, but it doesn't. It'll be thickened up, trust me. It'll be thickened up and all solidified into a white paste. Gooey paste like. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat it up just a little bit, just in case, because I wanted to measure at 170 degree. But remember, don't let it go over boil, okay? Oops. I already have my water hot, ready already. It's gonna be just like the store. That gooey, goopy stuff. See how white? Okay, get your thermometer and make sure it's over 100 and right in the center. Okay, don't go all the way down the bottom. Right in the center. Oh, I forgot to turn on the light. Duh. There we go. Right now we're only about a little bit over 150, 175, so it's about right. I'm just gonna heat up just a little bit. Ain't gonna hurt anything. Plus we need it to solidify it anyway to make sure it comes really nice. And then I'm gonna pour in my other hot water. I'm gonna mix it with my other hot water. It's best to mix with hot water, okay? Don't mix it with cold water. I like it with hot, but you can. Don't try to cool it down too fast. You want it to wait 24 hours because we have to wait 24 hours for this. And I have to put them on the floor to do it because then I won't be able to lift it up. It'll be too heavy. Okay, so it's all white. And suds. These are extra suds. Can you do without extra suds? Yes, you can. Just don't put this in. So it'll be $3 for 5 gallons. Yes, you can make it for $3 for 5 gallons. Actually, sorry, $4. It'll be $4 per 5 gallon. Around there. I'll have it all in the description for you. I'll calculate it at this time of, you know, price in 2019, okay? 2019 prices. Okay, let me see it again. I like it at 200. Plus it'll be fun to watch me making it anyway, right? Right in the center. Almost there. The trick is we're just trying to fuse them together so that way they don't separate through time. It will separate through time if you add other things. Oh, I forgot. This is a good thing right now. If you want additional oil, and if you chose the second route, which means if you want mineral oil and stuff, this will be your chance right here to add it in. Mineral oil, castor oil, or glycerine. People's favorite, glycerine. A lot of people like glycerine actually. It makes the hand smooth. Mineral oil does too. You just have to put less, and mineral oil costs less, but I don't know. People likes what they like, I guess. But you have the basic ingredients here. This is everything's all done. Just remember, everything else is optional. Like if you want other scent to be put in, you can. Now I just heat it up to a certain point. I think it's getting there right there because it's starting to bubble up a little bit. If it's starting to bubble up, that means it reached a certain point. Okay, let me measure one more time. You don't have to do this. I just want it. When you're doing this, why we're doing this is because we don't want it to solidify later. It will come out. Certain ingredients will, regardless what you do. But like I said, shaker bottles. See, almost 200 degree here. And I'm like up top. Okay. I'm at 200. Oops, sorry. I'm like at 200 right now. I'm pretty good. I'm good. Now, remember, if you want the orange stuff in, you can put that in now, okay? My case, no, I'm going to save my orange stuff for another project. But I did put it in, I did test it, and it's pretty good. But that's just optional. That's just like, you know how orange is, orange. There's also, they sell it straight orange. If you are like a mechanic and you have a store, I would suggest you to get those, because then you can make it at home like this, or someone can make it for you, and for 5 gallons, you don't have to worry about people wasting no more. It'll be great for auto shop. This recipe, it's great for auto shop and for people who work on cars all the time like I do. And you don't have to buy no more. That's what's great about it. Okay, we are all set. One last step you're gonna do is you're gonna fill this up right here with hot water to about there, or whatever the consistency is of your measure your thing. And that is our final ingredients, which I'll do all that later, okay? But other than that, that's about it for now. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm just gonna stir it just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna mix it with water. You don't have to see that. And then let this cool down for 24 hours, okay? Till next day. Okay. Other than that, that's about it. And we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, so it's been 24 hours later, and here comes the big reveal. Ta-da! It's all gunk up, okay? I'm gonna get a container or something to pick them up for you. And look, they're in like chunk. So yeah, I can pick them up in chunks. Okay? Now, we're gonna use our tool. And I have strap it onto a drill. Okay, this makes it a lot faster. I know I should have done it slower, but I'm just anxious as you are. Let me get a little towel. More than I can handle. I don't want to clean. It's starting to squirt all over the place. I know, I'm anxious. It's fine. Alright, so now we come into a solution. Ta-da! And now look how nice that is. I guess on the side is good, look. Do on the side is better. See that? Okay, now we're gonna put a little sand in. And I'm gonna mix it. Oh wow, look at that. looks like our galaxy. Last time I just dumped it and I didn't do it this route. I did it with just stirring. So now look what it looks like. It's like a galaxy. That gave me an idea. Another video idea. Okay, that's 2 cups. Remember, 2 cups, okay? That's my 2 cups of sand. Remember to transfer this into a container. And that's it. Easy, right? And it will, remember to transfer this into smaller containers so you can shake, okay? Because gravity will beat you. And gravity will grab all that sand back into the thing again. And that's why you have to get one with that you can shake. So it's best to get a small container like I showed you earlier. Okay? And then I'm going to show you the consistency of it with a plate. I know I waited 24 hours to do this video, this final step of the video. I'm going to put my hand in there and I'm going to get it. That's what it looks like. See all that grid? The out grid will help you. Hope you can see it in the camera. And I just hate this camera. The camera doesn't know how to pick up. Doesn't know close or far or whatever. But you can see it. All over there. Let me grab one more time. And it'll come up something like that right here. The consistency of it. See it? Oops, sorry, out of camera. Right there, it's good, right there. I'm working this backwards, so it's hard to. Right there. Maybe I'll turn on this light so you can see better. Maybe. Right there. You can see all the grids on here, and that's what's gonna help us to wash. See that? Anyway, I guess that's about it. I mean, I don't know anything else to say. Because you already got your final product right here. And yes, that's almost 5 gallons right on up top right there. And if you want to mix, see, make sure to mix it really good and put them in a container so it can come out jelly like this. You see it? It'll come out jelly like that. And then you just wash. And the sand is what's helping you to wash all those stuff off. But other than that, that's about it on the video. I hope you find this useful. And like I stated before, it'll be great for like an auto shop or something to make mechanics hand soap for everybody, and then you don't have to pay a lot either. Because right there, it's less than $5. To be honest, it's less than $5. And it has moisturizer and everything in there. And like I said before, I end the video, use the existence of things, you know, so that way you can get your stuff. But anyway, less than $5. Yay. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, this is extra bonus footage. In case you're wondering how much I yield for that batch. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 of 48 ounces. And this has come from the Stoke coffee. I drink a lot of these, so I save all the bottles. I didn't know what to do with them. Now I know what to do with them. And some of these are still empty right here. And then that's how much I yield for that batch. So and I still got some left on another container, which is that's what we use, but this is going to be my storage. So that's how much I yield after putting sand in and everything. Remember, we have to put sand in. That was the last step that we did. And you can see them right there. And before you do that, you probably have to shake this up because gravity will win. Remember, since we're using sand, gravity will win. But you can use pumice if you want to, and you can cut down your water if you want it thicker. But in my case, it's perfectly fine. But that's just me. The thickness of it, that's what I like. But if you don't like it, the next batch you might be able to do less, I guess. I'm not sure on that one. But for me, I actually like the consistency. Maybe I should show you the consistency of that. I'll lay it right here and I'll show it to you, the consistency of it. Maybe that will give you an idea, I guess. Let me get a cup and put them in, and then I'll pour it in there so you can see the consistency of it. That way you would know, and maybe to cut down or whatever. I'm going to pour it in here. That's the consistency of that. I don't know if you can see. See, that's how slow and liquidy it runs. Anyway, I hope that in this example will be useful to you. So that way when you know how to make yours. But that's how it looks like. But other than that, that's the bonus footage. And I guess that's about it.